lot of people out there fancy themselves as stunt people, but I bet you wish you could do a wheelie just as good as that, don't you? Neil, what is the secret in making it look so controlled and so good?
A lot of people ask the same question. They all come up to you and say, how do you wheelie?
Yeah.
The easiest way to answer them is don't use the power of it, use the grunt of the engine. A lot of people just rev them in first gear and just rev it out.
Screaming.
Yeah, what I seem to do is change gear early as possible.
It really was quite quick, wasn't it?
Yeah, the knack of it is to use the grunt. It's like I say, the grunt of the engine rather than the power of the engine. A lot of people just rev them and hope for the best, but if you get the front wheel as high as you can, it takes a lot of bottle to do it, but you get used to it, you get comfy with it. Get the wheel as high as you can, you don't have to use the power then, you just use the grunt of the engine.
And you're just always hovering over the back brake.
Yeah, keep your foot over the back brake all times, yeah. It can get you out of some sticky situations.
In case of emergency.
Yeah, if you need it.
How many hours of practice did you put in to be able to master something like that then?
How long does it take to get to corner shot, basically? I used to do it all over the place, basically. It just takes hours and hours and hours, really, to get it perfect. You know, and then once you've got it perfect, you're comfy, you can just do it any time you want then.
Yeah. You've obviously got the power with the 1200 like this to be able to do something like that.
Yeah, a lot of people do go for the Bandits. Other stunt riders go for different bikes these days. Yeah, there's a lot of, the favourite is the Bandit because they're cheap to buy, they're cheap to run, the engines are bulletproof. But people like Dave Coates uses an R1, Sonny Ferguson uses a Blade, Kevin Carmichael uses a GSXR 600, a GSXR 750. Craig Jones, he uses a Bandit the same as me now. Yeah. He's just gone to Honda actually, he's just using the new CB12.
I heard a rumour you used to do it on a Ducati, didn't you? Was that mad
or
what?
Yeah, I did, yeah. But it was just a standard Ducati, but I used to stand on the seat and do all sorts of stupid things on it, yeah.
Expensive mistake if you were.
It would have been, yeah. It would have been, yeah. It would have cost me a fortune, but yeah, it was all right.
Well, you make a stoppie look effortless as well.
Stoppies, yeah.
What's the secret behind those?
Secret for stoppies is, I would say, having a good front brake. That's the best part about having it.
How do you stop yourself skidding them when you come up to that?
You've got to have the tyre warm. You can't just jump on a bike and do it. If you do it, you're just going to lock the front wheel up straight away and you're on your side. Basically, get the tyre as warm as you can. Right. Just dab the front brake so many times, keep right up and down, get the tyre nice and sticky and warm. Basically, then as you're going into it, brake and just throw your weight forward. You'll feel the back end come in the air, and then you just hover it on the front. You pull the brake as hard as you can to get the back wheel up in the air, and as soon as it's up in the air, let off just a touch, and you just feel it travel. Yeah, that takes a bit of guts.
So easy.
It's not as easy as what everyone thinks like, but it's very impressive when people do it, because a lot of people can just pull up at a junction, do a bit of one, but to travel the bike along, it's a lot. You know, it's good when you can do it.
Absolutely. So a lot of skill involved there.
Well, yeah, that's a lot of practice to do a good stoppie.